week off and everything. Just kind of take us through what the team did over the week and looking forward to the second half of the season.
Yeah, we gave last Monday off. We had some good meetings and made some corrections, but then gave Monday off. And then Tuesday and Wednesday, some really good spirited practices, went a lot of good on good, more like game situations, and went back to some fundamentals here and there. But had two really good spirited practices. And then Thursday, we were on the road recruiting a good bit, and then we came back Friday, and Friday afternoon had another really good practice. We didn't go live. We're banged up right now. Wanted to use this week to get healthy, but we did go good on good a lot in Thud, so we didn't take anybody to the ground. But it was a good week, and spirits are pretty high.
Good week to have off.
It was,
so to speak. From
yeah, been beat up at the running back position. We're down to our 5th and 6th string guys, so I think we'll get 2 more guys back in that room this week, which is really good. Get a couple guys up front, healthy again. So yeah, anytime this point of year you get to a bye week and get some of these bumps and bruises healed up, it's a good thing.
Durham and Ham, either one of them.
Yeah, we'll know a little bit more today after today's practice with Durham. Ham's been cleared, so Ham should be in good shape. And still hoping to get D'Lo back. He's pretty adamant about he's going to play this week, and we need him, but we'll see how he feels later in the week.
How important has that bye week just been for mental purposes, I guess, just to reset the team kind of? I mean, you probably got it at a good time just to try to reset everything, try to figure out what players you have that are buying in and kind of just trying to reset.
Yeah, I think having a bye week in the middle of the season is you like that no matter how your season's going, to be honest. But it was good to give them a couple extra days off. We did had some good meetings about, hey, what do we want to be? Do we want to hang in this fight, or are we ready to punch it in and call it a season? And nobody's ready for that, and we still got some good attitudes in the program, and nobody's happy about where we're at right now, but they've all kind of been locked in about, all right, let's go out there and continue fighting and learn from our mistakes and grow as a program. So it's obviously good to kind of hit the pause button a little bit and meet with them and get healthy.
You got 5 games left. Freshmen get 4 games.
Yeah.
Obviously, the first question is Six Killer. Are you planning on playing him some?
Six Killer will play. Don't want to burn his season by no means, but Six Killer will play at some point. We increased his reps last week tremendously, and he did really good. For being a guy who's had very limited reps all season, due to him when he first got here, he was coming off a shoulder injury, and then as you get into the season, obviously your 3rd or 4th string quarterback's not getting that many reps, but gave him a lot last week. He'll continue to get a little bit this week, and you definitely will see Six Killer at some point.
With the way the conference has been playing out,
mm-hmm.
And I know you take it one game at a time, obviously, but just the thought of, hey, you put a string together here, you're still in this thing, does the players see that too? They know that too?
Yeah, I mean, they do, but their frustration is the right now, and so we're not looking past anybody by no means. But what a crazy season this has been for the entire conference. You're right. But there's still a lot of games left, and we still have a chance to go out there and do some good things and finish strong. And one thing we did this past week when we were off is we kind of went through the roster, and there was only 35 guys on the roster that were with us last season, and more than half those guys were true freshmen last year that didn't play. So here we are again. We gotta learn how to continue fighting to the very end, and if you do, those good things will happen for you, and teach these guys how to win. And then we got to retain a roster, and have a bulk of this team coming back so that we can pick up where we left off rather than kind of hitting the reset button on it.
I know every week's an important week, but you've got probably the most consistent team in the conference coming into your building this coming weekend. Just what have you seen from Incarnate Word in general?
Yeah, they're good. They're good. They do turn the ball over some. That's what kept Commerce in the game last week, and Southeastern as well the week before. But offensively, they're explosive. They got a quarterback, big pocket passer. He's got weapons all the way around him. Defense, same thing. They got number 0. Their edge rusher he's probably one of the highest graded FCS players there is out there right now. He can wreak a lot of havoc. They're very solid on the back end. I like their secondary a lot. They're long guys, very physical guys. So they're a good football team. You're not going to be 5th in the country for no reason, that's for sure. But still, it's more about the Cowboys. We got to come in here and play clean football, and we haven't done that. We can't turn the ball over. You can't. A good football team like Incarnate Word, they turned it over 4 times last week. They still came over the win, but it happened very late in that ball game. We're not nowhere near as a fine oil machine as they're playing right now. You can't turn the ball over and expect to win. So we got to protect the ball, and we got to move the chains. We got to stop the run.
With everybody that's left and kind of the movement of the roster, it kind of gives you an opportunity to say we have to go with the young guys. What have you seen from them?
Excitement, and energy. That's what's nice about some of these young guys playing. They're so excited to get their opportunity. They're eager to learn. And they definitely don't have any quit in them. This is their first experience playing ball and at this level. So that part's a lot of fun. They want to get better every day, and I think their youth is their strength right now. They don't know any better. They just want to go out there and perform and do well.
Calzada, best quarterback that you'll face all year, best quarterback in the league. Statistically, he leads in most major categories.
Yeah, it's probably safe to say that. I don't think anybody else on our schedule's got a guy that's, several teams on our schedule left are playing 2 or 3 quarterbacks, right? But no, he's a good football player, and if you let him sit back there and set his feet, he can throw strikes downfield, and he's got a lot of weapons around him. I mean, the receivers are good, the running backs are good, and I think the defense does a great job of getting the ball back, So, yeah, he probably is the best quarterback we'll play all year.
With having that many young players on this roster, is there like a different level of energy that you guys have a chance to play a team of this caliber and have a chance to kind of turn things around after the bye?
Well, I mean, we've been coaching the energy. We did that all last week. You're either excited to play this game or you're not. And we better be excited to play this game. So I think the young guys, they're excited. A lot of the older guys are excited, especially for the state we're at right now in having our season, So we'll be excited to play Saturday night. I mean, look, the previous week's game you got to put behind you, right? You got to be excited to get out there to that next opportunity. And the bye week was at a good time, but we're also anxious to go out there and play a game. I mean, that's why we work this hard, is get out there and play on Saturday nights.
Any particular guys that may be making their debut this week, or positions?
There might be a couple on defense. There might be. For the most part, though, a lot of the freshmen have played, with the exception of Six Killer. A lot of the other freshmen have played here or there in different games. But like I said, with him, we want to be smart with him. We're not going to burn his redshirt year.
The fact that you've been playing some teams that were in the same position as you are. The fact that you're playing a nationally ranked team, does that kind of give you a little extra motivation, or is that kind of good to see?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's good to see. I mean, I've been on that side too. And one thing about it, when you're in that position, you're going to get everybody's best, And I sure hope it's that Saturday night. I want our best for a change, right? Not go out there and make mistakes. So, yeah, it'll be a different challenge than what we've had this season, that's for sure. And it's a in-conference game. Right now they're the darling of the conference, right? They're expected to go really far in the playoffs.
Have you talked to Bruce Lear?
Brad? Yeah, I did. I spoke to him last week, the Thursday when I got the news. Yep, tough situation. Hearts out to him. He's had 2 tragic incidents on his roster this year, and you never want to see that. That's extremely sad and heartbreaking. Thoughts, prayers with him and his program. Hopefully they can move past this.
I know it's been something that you've been focusing on trying to start and stop, every single week, but how have you been preparing these guys to work more on stopping the run coming into this game? I know you had another week where you gave up over 150 yards a game.
Yeah, it's just giving them different looks, and trying to bring some different pressures, create some pressure, I wish I had the magic answer right now. Some of it might be personnel, but that's definitely a concern right there. Our front four got to, do their job, and we got to get linebackers in position to make some plays, just mixing some, coverages up and some looks up and bringing some different pressures.
You've talked all year about trying to get chemistry on this team.
Yeah. Is
it almost to the point where if it's not this week after the bye, it's not going to happen this year? Or is that
oh, I wouldn't say that. Like last week, again, practice last week, we did a lot of good on good and pretty much put the ball down and play, And so I think every rep is very, very important, especially with us being this young. You think about the quarterbacks, they're out there throwing to different receivers almost every other game, and a lot of these freshmen I think are going to be phenomenal football players, but they're still learning too. And then the backfield, and we're down to our 5th and 6th string running back is that's a challenge within itself. So, no, I mean, I think the chemistry, it's got to happen. It's got to come, but I'm not going to say it just can't happen this year. We still got a lot of games.
Who's going to start at running back?
That's a great question. Well, like I said, we get Colby Ham back this week, so I expect him to have a good week. And, hopefully D'Lo continues to improve. I mean, he's trying hard to get back on the field this week. And I know D'Lo's tough as they come, so if he can, he absolutely will.
You talked about maybe giving Six Killer some reps down the line. Just talking probably with Nate, and I know you said in the future you want him to be your quarterback even next year. Just what has kind of been the conversation with him with saying that, hey, this kid might get some reps down the line?
You just can't turn the ball over. Plain and simple. I mean, you just can't turn the ball over, And, there are some cases where it might not be on the quarterback completely. Last week was on the quarterback, and got to do better right there, And so plain and simple. I mean, Nate's got all the talent in the world. He can throw it from anywhere on the field. He can extend plays with his legs. And whether he's trying to make too much happen on every play and be the hero, that's kind of how I perceive it a little bit with him. I still believe he's got a chance to be a great player, but bottom line is you can't turn the ball over. And the last 2 games, that's really what's just been devastating.
Coach, you said earlier, I picked up, you used a phrase, you got to fight till the end.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned about the young guys. You said that they don't have any quit in them. I don't want to read between the lines, but if you kind of connect a little bit of that dots, have you seen over the last 2 games, let's go back 2 games, a lack of effort near the end when maybe the games were out of reach? Has there been, when you and your staff looks at that game tape saying, we're just not fighting till the end?
Yeah, I think we hit the panic button way too fast. I mean, it's 3-11 at halftime, and that second quarter a week ago, you'd have thought the world was coming to an end, and there's no reason for that, I mean, you see comebacks happen all the time, and 11 points is nothing. But yeah, I mean, I really thought that, and we were honest with the team about that too. Last Monday is why did we hit the panic button? We're fine. There's plenty of football to be played, and you can say because they scored, you can say because somebody made a mistake, you can say because 2 running backs went down. There's no excuse to panic like that. Just keep playing hard. And I think that's one thing we are not doing very well. And we speak to these guys about it every day is worry about one play at a time and doing my job to my best ability. Don't worry about that scoreboard. It'll take care of itself. But we're quick right now to look at the scoreboard and panic and be like, oh my gosh, here we go again. And that's the hurdle you got to get over. You got to get over that hurdle of thinking, well, here we go again, and you got to be mentally tough and have the mindset of it's okay. Mistakes happen in football games. The ball doesn't always bounce your way, but we're going to find a way to win this game. And we haven't got to that juncture yet, And us coaches got to continue putting them in situations, talking about it at practice, talking about the mentality that we need to win football games. I mean, being young is one thing, but fighting extremely hard to the very end, everybody can do that. You just got to be mentally tough, and we got to get there.
Well, I may have missed it because I was popped in a couple minutes late, so I apologize. But during that open date, was it a time to heal and rest and reignite, or was it a time where we're going to work hard?
A little all the above. Okay. If we were really healthy, I'd have probably gone full pads every day and got after it. We just don't have the bodies for that right now, as banged up as we are. So we did a lot of good on good, and we did a lot of team sessions where we just thudded. But we practiced extremely hard, but we stayed on the feet.